Let's go. We're back for another long form content video, and I brought a prop. Today, we're talking about bulk cards. This is how I actually started my Pokemon card business, and it's how I've been able to reinvest revenue into sealed Japanese products, start a rip and ship, do all sorts of stuff. It's really exciting. So here's one of my 5-row boxes. This is all extra bulk that has been, I've sorted this, done a preliminary sort, but it needs to be gone through further, and I need to start getting this listed over time. The one thing about bulk I want to mention before I put this down is bulk isn't easy, y'all. You have to source the cards, you have to buy at the right price, you have to sort multiple times. You're talking about thousands of cards, and this is just a fraction of what I own. And then you have to actually list, ship, and sell them. But here's the amazing thing. We're going to talk about this more in the video, but you can buy bulk at such amazing prices because of all the work that goes into it that you can start generating a ridiculous percentage profit on that, okay? Let's talk more about it. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we're going to talk about bulk, but first I want to let you know that I'm Matt with RAR TCG. Thank you so much for stopping by in the video. I hope that you are having a great day, and I hope that you're enjoying the hobby. It's crazy right now. Product is very scarce, hard to find, but there's still a lot of joy in the hobby for me, and I hope there is for you as well. So we're gonna dive into some of, we're gonna talk about bulk. That's what I'm trying to say. We're talking about bulk today. I'm gonna talk about some of the core principles that I run my business by when it comes to bulk, and hopefully maybe inspire some of y'all to get started. If you've ever had a dream of starting your own Pokemon card business, or maybe even selling cards on the side, it's a great way to start generating some revenue, or even just making profit off of some of the extra cards you have in your collection. And so in this video, we're going to talk about it. I also want to shout out my website, which is rartcg.com. I sell sealed Japanese product over there, booster boxes. I also do a rip and ship on Fridays and Saturdays starting at 8:30 p.m. CST. Come by, check it out. I stream on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, all of the major sites. I haven't streamed on Whatnot yet. That could be a whole separate video, but the platform is really cool, actually. I just downloaded it for the first time this last week. I never downloaded it because of all the scams I heard about. It's a really cool platform. They make buying and transacting super easy, super fun. But because of all the negative things I hear about it online, I just haven't committed to streaming there. And I know that Whatnot as a platform is neither good or bad. It's who's streaming, right? Anyways, that could be a whole separate video. Let's dive back into bulk. So there's 3 major things I want to talk about. I think there's 3. Number 1 is how to get started. We're going to talk about what platforms you can sell bulk on and the different kind of avenues or options you have to sell it. Number 2, we're going to talk about the correct buy price. What do you want to be buying bulk at? And number 3, we're going to talk a little bit about pricing. All of this can be summarized into a couple statements, which is to say, selling bulk is worth it. You can make money selling cards people say are trash. I always say in my short videos that I turn cards people say are trash into cash, and that's 100% true. And if you want to learn more about it, watch my videos. I post a lot of short content about bulk cards, and ask me questions in the comments. I might follow up on this video with more videos to come. I love Pokemon. I love bulk cards. The whole reason that my business has been successful is because of some small bulk purchases that have rolled into some really big, exciting things. So let's talk about it. How to get started. Well, you have to decide what platform you want to sell on. There's 2 primary ones if you're selling online, which is going to be TCG Player and eBay. There's also some other options out there, especially if you don't live in the US like I do. I know that Card Trader is one. They've reached out to me. They seem super nice. I just haven't used their platform or anything like that. And there's a lot of other ones that you can look into. Or you could go the alternative route and try to sell bulk locally using Facebook Marketplace. That's going to depend on where you live. Is it a metroplex? Are there a lot of people? Is there a lot of interest in Pokemon in your area? That's all going to vary widely depending on who's watching. But I have seen people be successful selling bulk lots online or locally using Facebook Marketplace. I personally started with TCG Player. I haven't yet branched out into eBay. From what I hear and have seen online, eBay is a great option for people looking to move bulk lots, and I definitely want to look into that in the future, because what happens when you buy bulk, I don't want to get too sidetracked here, I want to keep this video kind of condensed, but what happens is you end up just accumulating cards, right? And there's a really, like, selling bulk lots can be a really great way to thin out your backlog so that you can then buy more and more. Because what you'll notice is there are certain cards that are playable that sell way quicker than others, but every card sells and you can make money on every transaction as long as you're pricing right, as long as you're buying right. So let's talk about it. I recommend tip number one is where to get started. I recommend TCG Player. That's where a lot of players of the game are going to congregate. That's where a lot of collectors go to look for master sets. It's just a great way to start generating some sales. And if you've never sold anything and you want this Pokemon thing to be your first business endeavor, you got to get some sales under your belts. You got to start packaging and listing and shipping orders, because it's not easy, y'all. Well, I say it's not easy. There's some aspects of it that are not very easy, but the actual packaging and shipping, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. You're safely putting cards in envelopes or bubble mailers, and you're shipping them across the US, and it's amazing. That part of it is easier, but if you've never done it, it's intimidating. So you gotta get some reps. I always relate things to the gym. You gotta get some reps in to even realize if you like this or not. Because you may ship your first 10, 5, 10, 20 orders and be like, whoa, shipping cards sucks, and I don't want to do that. And guess what? That's totally okay if you go that route. There's nothing wrong with that. There's certain days that I'm packaging like 15 or 20 single bulk orders, and I'm like, dang, this is rough. But I have this dream and this vision for where I want to take the business, and I think it's worth it, y'all. So that keeps me going. Tip number two is, what price do you want to buy your bulk at? Well, personally, I always recommend to people that you try to buy bulk anywhere between $5 to $10 per 1,000 cards. Now, if you do the quick math there, you're buying, based off of my recommendation, you would be buying 1,000 cards, each individual card costing between half a penny to a penny. Now, that may seem crazy to you because you may look at Facebook Marketplace and be like, no one's selling at those prices. And I understand, but a lot of the listings you're seeing are people that are trying to make money selling bulk lots. You're not looking to buy bulk lots. You're looking for someone that has a large number of bulk, maybe from packs they've opened or just their collection over time, and they're looking to offload that. That person, the ideal seller that you're looking for, is someone that's genuinely trying to offload their bulk. You're not looking to arbitrage somebody that's already in the business of selling bulk. So you have to know where to look, how to spot the right deals. But honestly, the $10 per 1,000 cards is extremely competitive with what people would experience in local card shops. A lot of people will just donate their bulk to local card shops. So the idea to a casual collector for someone to message them or to reach out to them and say, hey, I'm willing to pay you some money for all these extra cards that you have, that may be really exciting to them, because they can take, you know, $10, $50, $100 that you're willing to pay them for their excess bulk and be like, I'm gonna go and buy an ETB or two with that, right? Like, that's really exciting. It's a way to give back to the community and the hobby. But yeah, so don't be freaked out by those prices. It is possible. I've done this, you know, dozens of times now. You just have to start learning how to spot the right deals, have a connection of people locally that you know that open packs or have large collections. Ask them if they're looking to sell any of their bulk. You can even go to your LGS. They may be sitting on a ton of excess bulk. And if you go in there and be like, hey, are you selling any of your bulk? And they'd be like, yeah. Just know that if you buy bulk from like an LGS, 9 times out of 10, they're already sorted through. They've extracted a lot of the higher value cards, but it can still be a great place to kind of get started, okay? So $5 to $10 per 1,000 cards is what I recommend. And I would say very strict on that buy price, because in business, no matter what you're selling, you have to buy at the right price so that you can make a profit on it. If you're not buying your product at the right price, you're gonna end up losing money and at best breaking even on it. And that is not worth it. That's not why we're in business. And so you have to start building up some of this business acumen and skills. And everyone can do this. It just takes time, get some reps in, and really find out if you love this and it's something you want to pursue. Tip number 3 is pricing. I recommend, just as a lot of people do online, that you have a floor price. This is the minimum amount of money you're going to list any card for. So for me, that minimum amount has changed a lot. I typically fluctuate between 10 to 15 cents depending on what my goals are. Right now, I'm happy to have sales slow down a bit, so it's at 15 cents. And if I ended up getting too many sales at 15 cents, I would probably up that to 18, 20 cents. I would really look at your floor price similar to your shipping price. It's just a way to kind of throttle orders back and forth. But yes, people buy bulk cards at 15 cents. What happens with me a lot is you'll have like a player of the game trying to complete their deck, and I have a couple key cards that they're looking for, and instead of on TCG Player, instead of ordering from 3 or 4 or 5 different sellers and having to pay 4 shipping costs, they can buy all of those cards from my shop, save on shipping, and in that transition, they actually saved money even though they spent the 15 cents per common card. That's totally fine, and it's actually great for everyone, myself and the buyer, which is what really matters. Obviously, your floor price can't be $1 on TCG Player. You're not going to make sales that way trying to sell a 5-cent card at $1. But if it's within reason, I would say anywhere between 10, 15, even up to 25 cents, I've heard some stores do. That's a great option. But yeah, have a floor price. That's the most important thing. And then also, if you're a brand new seller, don't feel like you have to undercut the market. A lot of people, as they get started, they'll try to undercut the market just to get a couple quick sales in. That's not really best practice. And in fact, if you undercut the market too much, say you list a $5 card for $2, a lot of buyers are going to see a seller on TCG Player with no feedback, no sales, and they're going to see that price and be like, ooh, something's up here. Something seems kind of sus. Don't do that to yourself. Just list it at the TCG marketplace. If you're really trying to sell things quickly, you could drop it by a couple pennies, get competitive that way. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just when you undercut so drastically, it actually can hurt you. It can actually do more negative than positive for you. But yeah, anyways, I want to keep this video under 20 minutes. We're at 13 minutes now. I'm going to start wrapping up. But those are my 3 core principles that I wanted to share about starting your own bulk business, selling bulk. Number 1 is how to get started. Pick your platform. People are extremely successful on TCG Player. They're extremely successful on eBay, locally. You can be successful anywhere you go. And just know that eBay, TCG Player, they do have a fee structure. You have to take that into account in any money that you're making. But don't let that scare you away. There's people that make so much money on those sites y'all don't even understand. And I'm just a small fry. I'm just a small fish in the pond, right? Don't let the fees scare you away. It's part of the business. You got to learn about it. You got to grow into it. So number 1, how to get started, pick your platform. Number 2 is buy at the right price. Extremely, extremely important. Whether we're talking about Japanese sealed boxes, we're talking about bulk boxes, it could be anything. Buy at the right price is key. It's the most important thing. I'm going to say it's the most important thing about all 3 of these. And then 3 is your pricing. How to price your cards correctly. And my whole core key points there are: number 1, have a floor price. And number 2, list at market price. You don't have to undercut so drastically. Thank y'all so much for watching. Again, you can find my stuff over at rartcg.com. Leave a comment down below. Are you dreaming of starting your own Pokemon card business? If so, let me know. Are you interested in selling bulk? Are you interested in more videos like this? Because I love bulk and I would love to talk about it more. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It really does help. And if you made it to this point in the video, leave a star emoji in the comments. Peace.